Hey, it's Alex. Today I'm going to talk about how to choose friends and business partners. I've actually been speaking to a friend of mine who is a fairly famous entrepreneur, and he's also a psychologist. So he studied academically, he knows psychology, and he's built multiple businesses, some of them 6 figures, and I think some of them 7 figures as well. So here's what I've learned from him and from my own experience in how to choose friends and business partners. So one, choose people who have had a normal, healthy upbringing. Now, it sounds very unfair, and who knows, like, do I even fit into that? But if you think about it, a lot of the most stable, loyal, trustworthy people have had a normal, stable upbringing. They were quite normal, and they were, well, normal in the sense that it was healthy, and they developed some good habits from inside their home, from inside, growing up, from their parents and so on. And this makes a huge difference. A lot of the most famous and successful entrepreneurs that I know have had an upbringing like that and weren't no offense to Gary Vaynerchuk, but they weren't like Gary Vaynerchuk. They were fairly normal people that evolved from there to somewhere else. And it sounds a little bit contrary to what a lot of entrepreneurs say, but here's the thing, okay? It's very fashionable to say I came from nothing and I came from a broken home and all that kind of stuff, but based on very smart people in my own experience, that stuff is actually not true. So the second thing is people who don't cause drama. I refuse any type of drama in my life whatsoever. So if someone wants to cause drama and they just need that in their lives, then they can't really be friends with me and they can't really work with me either. They can't be business partners. I just prefer level-headedness, steadiness, and some other things we can discuss later in the video. So the third thing is to be proactive with solving issues and potential disagreements and conflicts. Let's say that there is an invoice and there could be a misunderstanding potentially about the invoice. One way of doing it is sending it and then demanding payment and then following up demanding payment. And another way is to, before sending it, doing a short call and saying, hey man, I'm just not sure about some of the items here. Let's confirm. I don't want any disagreements between us. I'm not going to send you anything until we figure it out, and then we can figure it out, and then when everyone's happy, I'll send you the invoice. That's the second way of doing it. So that's just one example, but being proactive about contracts and invoices and any types of agreements and any types of cooperation is super, super important, because you cannot predict every single thing that goes wrong in business. And the way to solve that is to work with the right people, because a contract cannot represent every eventuality. A contract is just for some things. A contract is just so both parties agree on something. It's not something really to be enforced in most situations. Most contracts don't need to be enforced. Most contracts can just be signed, and two consenting adults know how to behave, and they just do, and there's no issues. And people who don't know how to do that, just don't work with them, man. It's just not worth it. It's not worth all the hassle, all the drama, and all the bullshit. It's better to just be proactive and solve things before they happen, and look out for the other person you're working with. So the third thing is, I've had a tiny little bit of internet fame, and the tiniest, smallest amount you've ever seen, but it was enough to attract a bunch of people who want to be friends, who want to go network and pick my brain. So here's the thing, the difference between those people and, some of them can turn into friends, but the difference between those people and real long-term friends is long-term friends will be around even when you're failing and you're falling off a hill, tumbling down and breaking all your bones. They'll be like, hey man, you need some help, that looks painful. Those are the real friends. So it's a little bit similar with girls, I guess. If you're really down and things are not working out in life, if a girl still likes you, that's a good sign. And if a girl only wants to be around if things are on the up and up, then that's a bad sign. Some bad stuff is going on there, probably some bad upbringing, although I'm not a psychologist, obviously. So all of these things sound more like what Granny would tell you or what a psychologist would tell you. And they are things that Granny or a psychologist would tell you. And let me tell you, they're right. They're so right. These and other aspects of what grannies tell you and how to make friends and stuff like that, these things are more important than any contract. They're more important than any other way of working in business, and they're going to resolve and prevent a lot of issues. So does this mean you don't need a contract with people? Of course you do. Does this mean you can trust people forever, that they don't change or don't change their behavior once business realities change? Of course they will change their behavior, and that's why we still have contracts and stuff like that. But a good baseline, a good stable baseline is absolutely necessary. So keep this in mind when you're choosing your next business partners or friends. And by the way, most people don't need business partners. You need business partners usually when you have had some more experience. You want to build some much bigger business, like a SaaS company. If you're not technologically savvy, for example, you need a tech co-founder usually. But most businesses, especially service businesses, do not need a business partner. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please comment below. And if you'd like more free videos, please subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.